less than 5 days, kids will be hitting the books again in Clark County, but where and how is the question. As part of our Back to School series, News 3's Tiffany Lane spoke with Clark County School District families about who's returning and who's not.
Families had a lot of choices to make before Monday, returning their kids to the Clark County School District, and then whether it would be in person or online.
You can talk and make new friends.
Brothers Octavian and Teddy Lyther are looking forward to getting back into the classroom next week.
I purposely tried to cut back some of that online time because it was just too much.
Their dad, Leonard, also a teacher in the Clark County School District, says he had to weigh the decision of whether to return in person or to homeschool his kids outside of the district.
Their safety is number one beyond even education.
But at least there was the face mask mandate, and so I will be sending my kids to school, but I will still be keeping an eye on things.
Leonard says he was disappointed that the district waited for CDC guidance to enforce masks for students and staff.
I want to see some actions from the school board, from the superintendent, a real safety plan, and one that's easily communicated to the public.
You want me to help you, Logan?
Over at the Pavlik household,
I'm looking forward to learning new things that I haven't learned yet.
siblings Logan and Nevaeh are excited to return to school.
I might see some of my friends.
And so are their parents, saying online wasn't really an option.
First and foremost, we're not teachers. I have a lot of respect for teachers. I found out I'm not one. Decision number two, it goes back to my job. I mean, I travel extensively for what I do. She works. It's impossible for me to sit here and, help get them through, their Zoom calls.
But they're not expecting this year to be a regular one, even if they are back full-time because of learning loss from full-distance learning during the pandemic.
Everybody I know feels their kids should be held back a year. Everybody feels like last year should be a wash and everybody should repeat it.
Pavlik saying the district did an okay job to deal with the challenges, especially for being the 5th largest in the nation.
As I travel for work and I go to Kansas or I go to El Paso, Texas, I go to Baltimore, Maryland, you see a different approach to education. I mean, Kansas City is a perfect example. They were back full-time Monday through Friday last August.
They're taking a different route next year.
We have elected to actually relocate to Texas next year as a result of this.
Pam Toulouse, whose grandson Evan lives with her, decided the time for him to leave CCSD was months ago.
Dad, I'm throwing in the towel.
So she did in October 2020. Why? She says online learning was too difficult.
I was very disappointed with that. I couldn't get him to do anything on the computer. Friday afternoon, he came home with like a dozen worksheets.
Toulouse enrolled Evan at Go EXL Academy, a nonprofit school in Moapa Valley, a place where she says she could be more involved and actually be in the classroom with him, a class with only 12 students.
I was able to work closely with the teacher, and he's doing much better now.
CCSD tells me enrollment numbers are not available until after the first day of school, but they did confirm that as of July 26, 2021, there were 272,680 students registered in the district for the upcoming school year. That is an increase in comparison with the same date over the past 4 years.
From one virus to another. Don't look now, but even as health officials scramble to curb the latest COVID surge, many doctors say the upcoming flu season could be nothing short of horrible. Our Steve Wolford is live in the newsroom to explain why a lot of health experts are worried.
Yeah, Marie, with all of the focus over the past 18 months on COVID-19, the good old-fashioned influenza all but disappeared. But you know what they say about paybacks, and it could very well apply to this year's flu season.
It's just remarkable. It shows that these public health measures, as uncomfortable as they may be, actually work.
Dr. Mark Kahn, Dean of UNLV's Kirk Kerkorian Med School, on why he says last flu season was virtually non-existent.
We had a very light flu season last year, to say the least.
And he gives a lot of the credit to habits many people learned to avoid COVID-19.
So strict hand washing and wearing masks and not being in groups is going to protect from a variety of viruses, including influenza.
Ironically, those measures may have worked so well it could lead to what some in the medical community are calling immunity debt. Fewer people developed immunity to the various flu strains last season, so they could be more susceptible this year.
I think the concern is we People did not have immunity to the influenza strain that was around last year because very few people got it.
And it could also present challenges for this year's flu shot.
We base the vaccines on what happened the year before, which was an anomalous year.
I get a flu shot every year.
Lindsay Olson says she doesn't take chances for good reason.
As soon as it comes out, I have asthma, and so I am always being very cautious about my lungs and if I get the flu, I'm going to get pneumonia.
We haven't been doing them, but we're definitely going to do them this year.
And moms like Liz Morris are already rethinking their approach to this year's flu season.
I just want to cover all my bases, really, with my family and just be as safe as possible.
Well, how many more Republicans will jump into the race for governor? There may be a big addition running soon. Our Jeff Gillen sizes up the field in what will certainly be the biggest issue.
So far, the GOP primary field numbers 3. Clark County Sheriff Joe Lombardo, Reno Attorney Joey Gilbert, and North Las Vegas Mayor, former Democrat turned Republican John Lee. It could soon grow by 1. The Dean Heller camp tells me to expect a very early September announcement. Wheels continue to turn as quick as ever, this Heller person says. The bigger surprise would be if Heller decided not to run for the state's top job, says UNLV's Michael Green.
Heller wanted to be governor, or at least to run for governor in 2018. And I am not surprised that that's the next opportunity he's taking.
Well, I think through the years that we have always known Dean Heller's interest in being governor of the state of Nevada.
Political science professor Fred Locken says if Heller jumps in, one of his big challenges will be to court the Republican Trump base.
For Heller, he's tried. He's honestly tried, but it's a difficult process.
Heller was not always a Trump guy, although the former president tried to help Heller win re-election. Heller lost in 2018. Will the Trump base let bygones be bygones? In this field, they'll have alternatives, as Gilbert, Lee, and Lombardo tack right. Another potential candidate, Northern Nevada Congressman Mark Amodei. Amodei told the Nevada Independent he may stay in Congress, where his seniority could win him key committee assignments if Republicans win the House in 2022. Waiting to face whoever emerges is incumbent Democrat Steve Sisolak, watching COVID climb again, and who has mandated masks again.
I suspect the mask issue is going to be part of a larger issue. I also have the feeling that it isn't really going to change people's votes that much.
Green says the mask issue will be a wash, but then again, COVID will be the race's ultimate wild card. 15 months from now, will Sisolak be able to claim recovery, or will Republicans be able to claim victory?
Hi, everybody. I'm Reed Cowan from News 3 Las Vegas. We want to thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. Remember, you can always see more of our videos by clicking on the video links. And also don't forget to click that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of our YouTube updates. Thanks for watching.